First off, I just want to start off by saying that I'm sure everybody knows by now I'm not perfect. None of us are, okay? We make mistakes. We do stupid things. Hey Antonio, we constantly mess up in life. I mean, that's what makes us human, right? I mean, we're not supposed to be perfect. We don't have a book that we follow by in order to live our life. And I'm sorry, but if you're just living life just to live life for what it is, I mean, you're not really living. So it's good to experience the downfalls and the great things and the mess ups of anything that happens and occurs in our life. We're going to hurt people. People are going to hurt us. Hey, Britt. It's just, there's going to be those times where we have guilt trips about what we've done and who we've hurt and what people have done us. But hey, Damon, the real moral of it all and the lesson we're supposed to be learning as we get older and when we start to heal our traumas, and hey, Justin, is how are we going to use it to our advantage? How are we going to use it to become better people? How are we going to overcome the trials and the tribulations that happen in our life? Because without those, like I said, we can't learn, we can't grow, and we can't heal. Hey, Katie. So to the ones and the naysayers who have belittled me doing this blog, actually, first, let me just go ahead and say thank you guys for all the ones who appreciate and support me while I'm doing this. This is just part of my path. I have to keep reminding myself that not everybody has the same path. We're all on different route in our life. And if this is something that I wanted to do was to reach out to people and put my life on social media, then that's what I'm going to do, because I feel like that people can take something from it, even if it's just a word or something I say or an experience, or if you can relate and you can use it to your own personal situations, then that is my main mission, is just to reach out to everybody. So to the naysayers who watch my video, I know you're watching, or you eventually will. Well, I don't know if I have any naysayers watching now, but ow, guys, that just hurt my foot. So I just want to say that we're not all on the same path. I don't look for respect for being honest about certain situations in my life. I'm not trying to gain anything from it. I'm not trying to destroy people's lives. I'm not trying to call people out on their bullshit. I'm just speaking up about what I've been through and how it's made me who I am today. I sent an invite out to everybody on my Facebook to my new page, Truthful Weekday Tune-Ins, that had some documents or videos that I was doing along the Soul Reset Challenge that I was doing for the month of June. And if nobody's went to go look at those, don't hesitate to do so. I feel like there's a lot of enlightening information in there, and just whatever we don't touch base on these lives, you might be able to get something off of the other videos. So I just think it's very important that we learn what forgiveness is about and why it's so important. It's not always easy to forgive others for hurting us, and it's not easy to apologize to people. Did I just say that? Hold up. It's not easy to apologize to people when you've done wrong, but it's also not easy to accept forgiveness from people who have wronged us. A lot of that comes with pride. A lot of people will hold pride and just think that they're just too good to either apologize to somebody or admit that they was wrong or admit that they made a mistake. But all that does is sabotage your whole purpose and meaning in life. Like, you're destroying your inner being by holding on to grudges, for one, for hurt and for pain and for sorrow and grief and all of those negative terms that you can possibly think of that might come in hand whenever somebody, or you in general, hurt somebody, or when somebody hurts you. I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but I wasn't like really crystal clear on how. That's funny because the water I'm drinking says crystal. Maybe that's where I got the word crystal clear at. But I don't know if I'm being 100% like thorough on what I'm trying to explain, but it's just, I want people to understand that, gosh, guys, for once in my life, I don't really know what to say. Give me a second. I think that it would do good if people forgave themselves first and foremost. You know, forgiving yourself for messing up. Forgiving yourself for allowing somebody to hurt you. Forgiving yourself for not knowing any better. You know, forgiving yourself for allowing certain feelings to affect how you may or may not progress in your life. You know, it also falls in line with being true to yourself. You know, if you're not true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. You know, and if you don't forgive yourself, then it's kind of hard to forgive others. Acceptance and forgiveness, similar? No, it's not similar, because you can accept anything, but to forgive it is completely different. So let me go ahead and break it down, just because this is just my opinion, okay? Acceptance is just knowing that it happened, knowing that this is what it is. You know, that saying, it is what it is. Accepting that you feel the way you feel. Accepting that this person acts the way they does. Accepting that this is what done happened. Okay? It's the complete opposite of denial. If you deny the real situation of the matter, then that's what's going to make it hard for you to forgive the matter, you know? And then so you got forgiveness. Forgiveness is just, forgiveness is, what's the best way I can put it? Sorry, guys. Forgiveness, I feel like forgiveness comes after acceptance. You know, like, okay, you've accepted what it was. Now it's time to forgive what happened. Forgive yourself for the pain and the hurt that somebody caused you, or accept the fact that you, or forgive the fact that you have hurt somebody. You know, like, but see, here's the problem nowadays is people want to say that they're sorry. People want to say that they forgive somebody, but then they bring it up again. So technically, you never really forgave it if you keep bringing it up, because then that falls back in line with accepting it. You didn't accept it for what it was. You just said, oh, I'm sorry, you know, just to say it to make somebody else feel better, or vice versa, somebody just saying sorry to make you feel better. But in the long run, you know, it didn't really change anything, because here you are, you're hearing about it, you know, either weeks or months later, sometimes years, you know, depending on how long you hold on to that feeling. And then it's like repeating that wound all over again, you know, like it's, once you forgive somebody for something, you're never going to forget it. You know how they say, you know, I can forgive you, but I'm not going to forget it. Well, that's the truth. Like, I forgive you, but it doesn't mean that I allow you to do it again. That doesn't mean that I'm going to allow myself to act that way again. I'm not going to allow, it to get to a point to where you can just keep telling me you're sorry and not even mean it, Now, there is one thing that I have learned over time is that some people, it takes a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of setting the pride and ego to the side to apologize. Yes, it does. So don't just take somebody's apology and like shove it to the side and say, oh, well, that wasn't a genuine apology. Just the fact that they apologize should just be enough for you, okay? I mean, just keep in mind, guys, that again, nobody's going to be on the same path. We're all on different paths of healing, different paths of our journey, different paths of trying to learn about situations and learn how to deal and learn how to cope. So you may accept and forgive what happened, but if a person comes back to you and says, yeah, I said I'm sorry, but, it still hurts me, well, then they didn't accept the feeling and let it go. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this in a live video or if I brought it up in one of my other videos that I was doing for my challenge, is that, hey, Will, is that I think what happens is people aren't releasing and trusting what could come out of forgiving somebody. Like, if you got to be able to accept what happened, feel it, because you have to feel these feelings. Nobody's telling you. Like, if somebody tells you that you're not supposed to feel the way you're feeling or that you're not allowed to feel what you're feeling, I mean, why does it even matter what they think? Because, for one, our hearts are all different. Our minds are all different. Our upbringing are all different. Our mind frames are all different. We are not alike at all. Now, what we are being taught and what we are being influenced around may be the same, and but at the end of the day, our mechanism of how we should go about life should all somewhat be similar, because we are what makes the world go round, like we are all genetically connected in some shape or form, and so we all function in some similar way. So when it all breaks it down is, you got to be able to accept it, accept the feeling that you're feeling, accept what just happened, release it, let it go, and then just stand by in faith that what just happened, you learn from it. You need to take your trials as learning lessons, and you need to be able to take what you experience as learning lessons. If you don't, then the cycle's just going to keep repeating over and over and over. Like, you're not going to be able to grow from certain situations and certain people if you oh gosh, guys, my mind is just, I've been kind of under the weather with my allergies lately, and I don't know, just wasn't, I guess, completely prepared to have this talk. I just know that it's been kind of bugging me that I'm always thinking with my heart, and just people not understanding the different a route that somebody's taking. Like I read something the other day that, and I've known this. It's just that when I read it, it was like confirmation that, like, if you don't support somebody else and what they're doing and how they're living their, like, how they're trying to succeed and how they're trying to grow and heal, how do you expect your own life to grow? Like, if you're not appreciating or respecting somebody else's path, then why would you expect anybody else to respect and appreciate your path? I mean, it falls hand in hand, because unless we're completely secluding ourselves and not talking to anybody and not surrounding ourselves with anybody, which is kind of hard to do, when you work and you got family and you got to go out in public and you got to take care of things, or, for instance, like this, you got social media, like, I'm not making these videos to be liked. I'm not making these videos to be respected. I'm not making these videos to for any type of kudo points. You know, I'm making it because this is the journey that I'm on. This is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to reach out to people. I've wanted to help people, you know, with hopes that maybe what I've went through can heal another. And it's hard knowing that the people that we care about the most don't understand that. They don't respect it. They don't support it, you know, and that falls back on, like I said, forgiving and releasing, because like, guys, I was in the shower earlier and I had a whole lot that I wanted to say, and now that it's just kind of like not there, I just think, like, see, by me making these videos and by me putting my life out to everybody, and by explaining or describing the things that I have went through, I feel like it's like when we are being truthful, because I'm true to myself now. Like, I'm being true to myself. I'm being true to you all. I'm being true to anybody who might understand, or who might be going through the same things. That if I'm being truthful to myself and I'm being truthful to everybody else, then no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You hear me, guys? Like, that's not just a biblical scripture that just stays in the Bible. Like, that is for all growing purposes. Because if I'm putting my deepest, darkest wounds out to everybody, then nobody can form any type of weapon or power over what I've done or my own mistakes to fire back at me. Because I'm already aware of the mistakes and the wrongs that I've done. So if I'm aware of it, if you're aware of your own mistakes and the wrongdoings that you've done, then what anybody else says shouldn't matter. It shouldn't even affect you. It shouldn't bother you. You know, it shouldn't upset you, because guess what? I'm putting myself out there, and I already knew that by doing so, it was either going to cause some conflict, it was going to cause some ill feelings, it was going to cause some controversy, and that it has. And it kind of saddened me, because, like I said, I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never wanted to upset anybody. And you know, I feel like that this my last video and any remaining videos that I make should be like a wake-up call to people who are not happy with themselves. You know, like, once this video is done and over with, I want each and every one of you all to really sit and think, am I happy with myself? Am I happy with my life? Am I happy with my partner? Am I happy with my family? Am I happy with my job? Am I happy just in general? And if you're not, then you need to settle that with who it concerns. Because, guys, I'm here to tell you that if you're in a relationship, or you're married, or you have to deal with somebody on a regular who isn't helping fulfill your dreams or your happiness, they aren't mind readers, okay? They can't sit there and make you happy if you don't speak up on what doesn't make you happy, on what doesn't fulfill you. You know, like, what is it that you want to succeed with? What are you trying to get out of life? What are you trying to make of yourself? You know, and if you're in a committed relationship, then that partner that you're with should back you up. And if they don't, then that's whenever you need to take matters in a different direction, because we don't have time. Life is not a game, okay? And we don't have time on this planet, in this flesh that we have, to keep playing games with ourselves. For one, playing games with other people. You know, if you're not happy and somebody's not making you happy, or along that line, then you need to accept and forgive the fact that you've been trailing along this long, not being happy. But again, it falls back on yourself. Like, it all lies within. Like, don't look for somebody else to make you happy. It's the fact that you need to be aware of what isn't making you happy in your life. What is it that you need to change that isn't making you happy? Again, if you're surrounded by people or you're in an environment that does not satisfy you, that will bring that's enough right there to just not fulfill what it is that you're trying to achieve in life, you know? Um, so, right, so really think about that, you know? Like, really think about, like, do I need to forgive somebody? Do I need to forgive myself? Do I need to change up what I'm doing with myself? Do I need to change how I speak to people? Do I need to change how I go about my day? All it takes is just one minor little change. They say that you can grow mountains with just a mustard seed. Just a little bit of faith, guys. Just a tiny bit. Hey, Brian. Hey, Sadie. Just a little bit of faith to change something that you're unhappy with in your life can really move mountains if you choose to do so. Like, you have to be able to willingly do this yourselves. And if it comes down to the point to where you have to say sorry to somebody who you are afraid won't take it the right way or may not react the way that you plan them to, don't have no expectations. You set yourself up with expectations, and then the results liable to fail. And again, you don't know where people are coming from. You might be happy with your life, and the people next to you, or the people that you're living with, or your partner may not be happy. That's why, like, communication's really big, guys. Like, if you can't sit down and have a civil conversation, a real, genuine conversation about these type of matters and about these type of issues, or be open and honest with your true feelings, then it's time to reevaluate your surroundings and your situation and yourself. Like, with healing, nothing's easy. Like, it's not going to be easy, guys. And if the reason why you're withholding from making those changes in your life is because you're afraid of change, you're afraid of the pain, you're afraid of the outcome that may come with it, don't. Okay? Just don't be afraid of it, because if you reside in that fear and that pain of admitting your truth, admitting your faults, admitting your mistakes, even if it's like weeks, months, years later, it sucks that, some people hold on to those situations for so long. But all it's doing, it's literally like eating you up inside. Like, it is eating you up to your core. And I think what I'm trying to mean by this is, I know people and I see people who they're just lying to themselves. They're lying to other people. And I'm gonna just put it like this. If you lie to somebody about something, or if you try to make it seem like somebody else is lying on you, just know that there's at least one person that knows the real truth. Okay? One person that knows the real situation of the matter. And it doesn't occur to you that that one person can sit here and demolish everything, that all that pride and that ego that you're building up so strongly can sit there and just demolish it with no shits given whatsoever, So the next time you decide to lie to somebody, just know that there might be somebody who might actually know the real deal and the real story and are just looking at you like, I can't believe you just lied about that. I can't believe you just lied about that. And then the person wants to get mad because, okay, this person done busted your head. Well, maybe you shouldn't have lied about it in the first place, So like I said, that's why, like, it's like, if we are open and honest with ourselves and true to ourselves, and, with that comes being true to others, then can't nobody hurt you. Can't nobody sit here and harm you with matters that you've already been open and honest about. I mean, that's why I knew that along this path that I'm on, I had to be open and honest about certain situations in my life, because if I wasn't, and if I didn't, then it was going to be all too easy for somebody to come along and say, well, you know what, you weren't completely correct about this, and and then make me reevaluate the image that I'm trying to portray. It's like so many people are worried about their reputation, but don't understand that they're destroying their own reputation by sitting there just being false with themselves, being false to others. And you really know where somebody's head at and their growth period is whenever they want to get highly upset and destructive, whenever it comes to telling the truth. Because if you're so worried about your reputation, why would you go to extreme matters to make it worse on yourself? It makes you look guilty. Like I've always highly believed that, like, say that you're having an argument with somebody, okay, and you off top accuse them. I've met people and I've been in situations so where I've been in a disagreement and the person off top get really defensive, like, want to be argumentative and get loud and just like raw about it all. Like, whoa. Why did you feel like that you had to respond or react that way whenever all I did was just, okay, well, hold up, I take that back, because for one, I don't like being assumed upon, but there's a difference between assuming and asking a question. And if you are just asking a simple question and somebody gets really defensive, then obviously there's more to the story than they're like putting off to be. But also if you're assuming, right, like nobody, there's a difference. Nobody likes to be pointed fingers at when they don't really know the truth. Don't sit there and do that. But again, there's certain things that are out of your control. We only have our own reactions to deal with, our own way of going about things. And unless somebody else's actions affect you, like in a destructive or a disrespectful manner, then try not to let how somebody feels about their own self reflect upon you, because that happens quite often. Somebody's not happy with themselves. They're not they're not being open about not what they're not happy with, but yet again, they're not doing anything to change themselves, to make themselves happy. And then, so it's like it's like a boomerang. Like, I'm not happy, so I'm going to sit here and throw all my judgmental, ways of how I feel about myself on you, and then I'm gonna make you start doubting yourself, and then you're gonna get mad, and then I'm gonna start blaming you on why you're acting like that. You see what happens, guys? Yeah. That's why, when you heal and you accept how things are and how people are and understand, like, it comes with a lot of understanding that people are not on the same path as you. You have to understand that some people just don't want to accept their faults just yet. Just yet. That doesn't mean that somebody won't grow eventually. That doesn't mean that somebody won't stand up one day and do the right thing and act with integrity. Because I've learned that no matter how many faults and mistakes that you make, no matter how long it's been, if you just own up to it, not only is it a big release for yourself, but then, you may mess up some people's trust, but that person's going to look at you and be like, finally, why did it take you so long to finally admit that? Why did it take you so long to just be honest with me? Because again, people are on their own route of processing their own lives, like you just can't be so quick to judge. You can't be so quick to be mad at somebody for their own path in life. Again, you got to be able to forgive that person for the things that they say and things that they do. But if their intentions are good, if their intentions are just to want the same for you, then you cannot knock that person. And this isn't me telling people what to do or what they shouldn't do. This is just, from personal experience, like I said, because my last video obviously upset somebody, and I just wanted to clear the air that it is what it is, and I'm not going to stop fulfilling this path that I'm on because of some ill feelings that I made somebody have. I had to understand that they're not processing their life the way I'm processing my life. You know, like some people, it's like some people will resist that change. It's like they're grinding up against it, you know, with all their might. You're using more strength and more, I feel like more strength and more energy avoiding situations that could change your life for the better. You know, the sting may last a little bit, but it won't last forever. You know, that pain is going to last for a little bit, but it won't last forever. You have to be able to sit there and just accept what has happened, what somebody's done said, what you've done did. You know, you have to accept it and stop pointing fingers at the next person. You know, stop pointing fingers at somebody who's just trying to be real with themselves. Yeah. So, let me see who's all on here. Hi, Damani, if that's how you say your name. Hey, Dawu. Hey, Steph. Gary. Rashad. Juancho. Tanya. Garrett. I think I said hi to everybody. So, I mean, am I making any sense? Because I am a little scatterbrained today, and I don't know if I'm making my point across so well. I'm not sure. So, if anybody needs some clarification, just let me know. Hey, Megan. You know, because I just wanted to make sure that, like, I'm being understood, because I don't even know if I understand myself today. I'm just speaking out because where I want to go in my life and where I'm trying to succeed and what I'm trying to do, I won't be able to, hey Sean, I won't be able to do the things that I want to do in life if I keep trying to hide who I was and who I used to be. You know, no, there's plenty of things that I'm not proud of. You know, there's plenty of people that I hurt that I'm not proud of. You know, had I been probably upset, hey Marquise, had I probably been upset, you know, and hi KK, my niece is on there. I miss you. I love you. I'm talking about forgiveness today, Sean. I'm a little scatterbrained, so I don't really know if I've been like hitting the topics that I wanted to hit, but you know, this is just what I do now. You know, just talking about life. Phoenix is doing good. Tomorrow is his birthday. So excited. He's been like a little monster. Raw. He's just too grown. I can't believe he's 2. Oh my goodness. You know, any of you all got babies and y'all know that like time flies by fast when they're really little, and then when they get bigger, it's like it slows down. So yeah, but no, what I was saying was I have a purpose in this life, guys. Like, I really do. And I don't expect everybody to understand it. I don't expect everybody to understand the route and the path that I'm taking. You know, it's just, this is something I feel like I am fulfilled to, like, I'm fulfilled to do this. I am fulfilled to be able to speak out to everyone. No more sound effects. Yeah, Ethan's been, he's been a monster too. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my kids, guys. They're just like, when they're together, they're like a wrestling match. And then whenever they're separate, you know, it's one whines and the other whines. They're good kids. I'm just kidding, guys. They're really good. I love them. So, yeah. Is it raining where you all are at? I feel like it was like super hot and sunny just a little bit ago, and now it is pouring and storming. I don't remember seeing that on the forecast. I don't. So yeah. Y'all just hanging with me today. Like, my allergies have been driving me crazy. Like, I've been having plumbing issues going on, and they finally came over today and found the issue and fixed it. Doesn't resolve the fact that I've got like a big hole in my bathroom ceiling, but as long as, you know, the main issue's fixed, I guess that's all that matters. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, trying to think. Like, I'm just laughing at myself because y'all are just over here watching me look goofy. Like I said, I had so much I wanted to say earlier, and I feel like I didn't really, like, say everything I wanted to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. But yeah, guys, so anybody who watches this, I just want you all to really think about where you're at right now. Are you happy? Are you happy with what you're doing in life? Are you being your true authentic self? You know, is there more that you want for yourself? If any of those questions make you wonder or make you question any of that, then it's time for some reevaluation. You know, time for you to stand up, stop settling for what this life is giving you, and be true to yourself. And when I say that, I mean by being honest with your feelings, being honest with hey Katie, being honest with what you're unhappy with. Be honest with your mistakes, your faults. You know, like, you can't get to the point to where, hey Melissa, I don't really know if this was like a great video to watch today because I'm kind of I'm miscombobulated. So, sorry guys. It's just time to reevaluate yourself, guys. Like, really. Time to reevaluate your goals, your morals, you know, how you treat people, how you talk to people. You know, because I say this much. If you care about somebody and you love them enough, like, truly, genuinely care about somebody, why wouldn't you want to be true about who you are to them? You know, and if you don't have that support system from the people you genuinely care about, then change the people around you. It's not always going to be easy. It's, you know, everything in our lives, so, you know, come with sacrifice, you know, and if you've got to sacrifice the people who you care for so you can fulfill your life's purpose, then in the end, it'll all work out, you know? It's just not an easy process. Nothing about how this path that I'm going was easy. You know, it took a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of pent up emotions that I didn't want to feel. But once I started that healing process, there was no going back. You know, like I had to be able to accept what I was feeling, accept who I was hurting, accept who was hurting me, you know, accept the things that I've done wrong. And with that came more or less my true calling, you know, and I just care about everybody, guys. You know, I care about how people live their lives, you know, and how far they're going in life and what they want to achieve. Like, I care about that because it saddens me whenever I see people who I know, people who are unhappy with themselves and are just settling. They're just settling like it's nothing, and then wonder why nothing's working out, you know? Wonder why their lives aren't going the way it is. Wondering why they can't get respect from people. Wondering why, you know, they're not happy. It's because they're just setting in that same old mind frame, that same way of living, that same false identification of who they really are. You know, like, so what if some of the things that you did make you a monster? So what if some of the things that you did hurt somebody? We're not living our lives for other people, guys. We're living it for ourselves, you know? So you would rather sit there and hold on to all that animosity and all those grudges because of how somebody else treated you or how somebody else acted like that. I personally don't want to live my life holding on to other people's mistakes, holding on to other people's grudges. I don't. That's why I'm standing here today, sitting here speaking about this stuff. You know, being wide open, being crystal clear with people about what I've done. Because, no, I'm not perfect. I don't try to portray that I am. I don't try to portray that I have lived a fancy life. Because it's been far from that. You know? And, yes, I do consider people's feelings whenever I speak about these types of things, you know? No, I'm not blasting names and telling people's business out and about. That was never my intentions with making these videos, and I don't intend to put people on blast. I'm just speaking the truth because I feel like I'm opening a doorway for some of the people in my life to, hey, finally do something with themselves. That's it. Not that I'm forcing it or that I'm expecting it, but that's kind of like how it happened for me. Like, because I was refusing to change my life, then life came in and changed me. People came in my life and changed me, you know, but they would have not meant anything if I didn't accept it and change myself. So, but yeah, guys, so, it's pretty much all I had to say today. I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest. I will come back later on this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, make another video. I just didn't want to leave y'all guys hanging because this is something I've been wanting to do, you know, is do it weekly. So I didn't want anybody to, like, look forward to me on a Tuesday or nothing and me not be on here. So I hope everybody has a very blessed evening. And has anybody got any questions or comments or anything? Thank you, Melissa. I feel like everybody was like, I'm not watching this no more because she don't even know what she's talking about. I know I made some point across at some point in time. There was a point I made somewhere in this video, I know. No. Well, alright, guys. You all have a good one. I'll talk to you all later on this week. Remember, guys, think about what I said, though. If you're not happy with yourself or not happy with situations around you, reevaluate that and do what makes you happy. You know, start living in your truth. Start speaking it. Regardless, it will do so much progress in the life you're trying to live. All right? Talk to y'all later.